All right, we found these poles on Amazon, and it's an alternative to the wood that warped, and we just didn't construct that well. So we're going to give these a shot, and hopefully they'll work for what we're trying to do on our backyard patio. These are made to be installed on concrete, so we needed to get a hammer drill, and we did purchase the hammer drill and bits at Menards. We had a discount coupon anyway, so got a good deal on those. So these were packaged really well, which was impressive. I really appreciate when manufacturers want to get these to us in one piece, so that tells me that they care about their product. So the hardware is packaged really well also, and it looks more than adequate for the forces that are going to be on this. So again, even though we got this from Amazon, so far it looks like the build quality is pretty high. So on the base plates, I'm seeing the build quality very high also. These gussets, the thickness of the material down here, good welds, and as when we attached them too, we felt that they were very sturdy. So we just wanted to see what it would look like on the patio and just place it on the corner where we think this section would be. Looks pretty good. So we wanted to see how much area the shade sail would cover and how much distance between the sails and the posts. So looks like this is going to work out. So here we go, drilling some of the holes. The hammer drill did a great job. The drill bit was decent. It was kind of a budget friendly, so it wasn't as good as the second batch of bits that we got. So the anchors are designed for a 1/2-inch hole, and we vacuumed out the dust while we were drilling and then blew the holes out as best we could. But later on, we found we really struggled getting those anchors in, so we went with a 9/16 inch drill bit, and that was kind of turns out not such a good idea. All right, making the shade sail structure again. Instead of wood, we're going to use steel poles. So we've been drilling the 1/2-inch holes for the anchors. Good size hardware, pretty good size base there. This is going to do much better than the wood. If we had made the structure stronger, it would have lasted a few years. But these will last longer for what we need and the budget we have. So these were pretty cheap. They come as a pair. How much were these a pair? How much were they a pair? The poles?
$137, I think.
$137 a pair. So for a set of two, right? A set of two. So that's a good to get a structure up. And then we already had the shade sails. Those held up really well. We'll give you some updates as we get through the seasons. We'll take them down in the winter, but we'll do a spring, summer, fall probably, and see how many seasons these things can withstand. As long as the posts hold up, we'll just replace the shade sails as we need to. They'll probably last, I'm guessing, 3 to 5 years, maybe 3. Weather can get crazy out here, and if we forget, one of them will shred if we forget to bring them down. Anyways, it's hot. I want to get this done, so here we go. All right, so we've drilled the 1/2-inch holes, roughly about 5 inches deep, and we're about to put the anchors in and see if we can start getting these posts mounted. Right, little update on the construction of our posts. I'm going to put our shade sails up. This thing is way stronger than the wood. Just the mass of the posts themselves kind of created the disaster. So we got one in, but we're having an issue. We really struggled getting those in because even though it says to use a 1/2 inch drill bit, it's just way too tight. I ended up disfiguring a couple of these up in the corner. So I'm going to take those out later. We have a 9/16 inch drill bits coming. Had a hard time finding them, so ordered them off Amazon and got them next day. So happy about that. So that's where we're at. When I get those, we'll keep filming so you guys can see how this goes. But these are very good anchors. I don't want to go smaller. It's got a 1/2 inch little anchor here. You put it in as an assembly. You kind of drive that up, pound it in. It should be pretty easy. Should go pretty smooth. Then you take this off, and then all you see is this and the threads coming up, and then that's where you secure it. When you tighten the nut down, this cone shaped piece at the end of the shaft comes up and swages this in, and then you have all this leverage underneath in that hole. So it's like a 5-inch deep hole. So very impressed so far. This was made in China, but I think it was designed pretty well. It's all in the design and the execution. So I think both are okay. All right, we got our shade sails up. I'll do a video in the next couple days. Get me a couple days to get my thoughts together on everything we went through. I'll talk about the mounting process. That was the most important and the most challenging. The thing we learned most about. The poles are holding up nicely. And these guys need to be in the middle of everything. Anyway, so stay tuned. I think they're designed well. We'll just talk about the mounting at the base. God bless you guys. Have a good one. Anything to say? Come on. All right, so you can see we have a little bit of an issue here. So we have a few of these that have gotten bent, but they're not bent. The anchors failed. So what we had to do is drill them oversized a little bit because the 1/2 inch anchors that came with the posts had a huge sleeve on them. So we vacuumed them out, aired them out, blew them out, and still too snug or just weren't going in. So we got a 9/16 inch drill and we did that, and most of them are holding in really well, but some of them are loose. So we're going to replace those with a one size larger. And we've also got another set of posts. We put too much force on the 2 center ones, so we're going to spread those out so each sail has its own set of 4, and that should be good. We'll show you how that goes. Overall though, I think there's good value. These posts are holding up, the flanges are holding up. That was my worry. The forces are basically, this whole pole is a lever pulling on the anchors and the flange, and that's holding up, so not worried about that. So we just need to get the right anchors now. So just be aware of that if you get the anchors with this set. Use a 1/2 inch drill bit, and then you just need to make them just slightly bigger. Make sure the hole's cleaned out really well, but if you go any bigger, you'll lose the grip on them. All right, that's it for part 1. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for part 2 as we replace the anchors that failed and give it some more weather, because we will have more storms this summer. God bless you guys. See you on the next one.